Hi there, my name is Yusuf Wadi and today I'll be showing you what Company Website Starter Kit is. Company Website Starter Kit is something I developed over some time, and it's basically because I've been working as a freelance developer for companies. And companies, especially startup companies, require small websites, and I've gathered all the information that they wanted and made this template for myself as I used, and then I decided to release it as a template for everyone else to use as an open source application. And to see this template, right now it's running pretty smooth, really well. And to show you exactly how it looks like, let's run it and go to the default page. Now basically if you just upload this to a server, run it, um, you can just start creating that website right there, right then, and it's very easy to use. But you would like to change the template, it would be very easy. Just change the master page. I'll show you all about that. Just to give you a fast review first. Here you can see you have the home page, the news. The news, if you click on a certain news, it takes you to the details of that news, the about us, contact us. The contact us has a map as well to show you where the company location is at. And in case that company doesn't want it, I'll show you what to do. Products. You can see there's a product, and the products. They always like companies always like to talk about their products first, then give you a product list. So I've developed it this way. So once you click on a certain product, it takes you to a product page. And somehow you have services. Services is the same thing. You want to talk about their services, then they'll show you a list of services. And when you go to the services, it gives you explanation about those services. Now, to show you how all this is edited, before that, you can see on the left there's the latest news, and the latest news are on the top 5 latest news. I can show you how you can change that from top 5, top 2, whatever you would like. And let's go to the back end, or let's just say it's not a back end, it's something different, and I would like to do it since I was using Ajax. And I decided that it's very important to do so. Since that we're using Ajax, we should start trying to get rid of the back-end systems that the old systems already have. Most of the website creators or the portals that you see nowadays still have that back end, and as soon as we get rid of it, it's going to become better. We have to create the UI to be more easy. So what I've decided to do is to demonstrate that as I worked here. And you can see if you go, for example, home, to change the text on home, just click edit, and here you go, change it. And news, once you go to the news, you want to add new news, just add it. And in case you want to delete or edit, just choose that news you want to delete or edit, go down, say edit. You have the chance to update, delete, or just cancel whatever you did. Now, if you go to contact us, it's the same thing. You can edit. Here's what I said about the map. You can go edit map. Now the map here basically is an iframe. So when you want to place the location of that company, you're going to go to, for example, Google Maps, find the iframe location, and find the iframe link or code that is given you by Google Maps. Copy it, paste it here, and as soon as you paste it, it should show up. In case the company doesn't want it, just leave it blank. It will keep a blank place there. But most companies always would like it. As soon as you mention that I can place a map there, the company would be pretty happy. Now we have products here. You can have, just as I said, they can edit it here. Now you can add a product, easily just add a name of a product. And as soon as you add it, it comes up on the list here. Click the item and push edit, and you're free to edit that item. This makes it easier for the developer and even easier for the customer, so that the customer felt like changing something. He doesn't have to keep bugging the developer over a really long time, so that the developer himself just logs in, changes whatever he does. And in case he changes something and messes something really badly, the developer knows what he could do and change it. That would be not that won't be a big issue. And that's about how the, let's say, backend is. Let's go back now to show you exactly what you have to change so that the template, you can change the design, how to change the design. You can change the master page design, but just make sure that you keep the TinyMCE script here as it is. And when you change the style of the cascading sheet, the CSS, make sure you change it in the TinyMCE as well. I will have that commented and you will see it. It tells you to change it. Now, as soon as you do that, you have a new design. Now, one more thing about the master page, it has a control called the news control. The news control you can take from the control part up here, right here, take it, drag it, drop it in your new master page where you want your news to be located, and That's basically what you're done with. Now, when you change your CSS, try to keep the CSS intact in a way. I would prefer you changing the same CSS that you have. Just make sure that when you change the CSS, you have to have the following. You have style logo for the logo on top. This is easily changeable. You can change it however you want, but make sure you always have the model pop up and model background. And if you change them, don't change them very dramatically, but just change them as much as you need. But these are very critical for the application. As soon as they're gone, the application won't run. And these are responsible for the pop-ups that you saw on how the pop-up in the editor shows up. So just make sure that they're always there. Now everything is basically changeable easily. Just make sure one more thing. In the latest news, if you go to that control, and you can see that you have to change the class as well if you want to change the text. So just make sure that when you change the master page, you have to know that you just did not just change the master page and everything, all the content is going to be changed. Just make sure that the news control as well has been changed, because the news date has a different look than the news content, and you can change it however you want it. Now, as I said before, you can change how many news topics you want on the front page from whatever you want. So just change the select statement from the database here. It says select top 5. You can change it to top 2, top 1, and order it by whatever you want. Right now it's ordered by date descending. This is what most companies require. And you can change it according to how things are. So let's leave here. Now once you change that, everything else is basically pulled out from the master page, and it will be edited easily by itself. Just one more thing. If you change any page, in case you change any page, just make sure that these edit buttons right here are first set to invisible, so visible is false, and then the backcode is something important. When the user is logged in as admins, that's when you make it true. Else, just keep it false. So that this is how we'll deal with the content being edited instead of having a back end. Now, if you create a new page and you want that same effect of the model editor and the pop-up editor, I would recommend going to the home page, the default home. Where's the default page? Yeah, right here. Just go here and look at how it's been done. In the part where it says, right now if you log into the designer, you won't see the model pop-up, but make sure that you see this part. This is the part that you'll be interested in, and it will be important to you. Starting off from here, this is the SQL source, the SQL data source, and then you have a panel. Let me find, yep, right here. The panel is called panel pop-up. This is the pop-up panel that shows up. Look at the design, look at the style, and make sure that the style is equal to display none, so that the user does not see it and it only pops up in front of that user. And make up a model pop-up extender. Model pop-up extender is in the Ajax toolkit, and it should target this button, and the pop-up part should be the panel. And just look at that really fast when you want to create a different page, and it should be very simple, very easy, straightforward. Don't worry about it. And I hope you enjoy it.